first of all, after another forced isolation period, how have the players been this week after getting back into it?
Yeah, it's you said it's been forced upon us. It is what it is. It's not just football. It's everyday life. It's affecting, and yeah, we lucky enough. Well, not lucky enough to say we managed to get 4 days training into it in leading up to the game. So not far off from having a normal week structure. The 10 days, there was a fitness program put in place that'll be tracked, and this time we balanced out with a few Zoom calls every other day. Just half an hour, just more of a hit circuit that the lads were doing, and it was good to see people's living rooms and kids walking across the screen and dogs and everything interfering.
How do you approach it as a manager? Because this is unprecedented. It's nothing you can attain for in the past.
Look, it's hard. It's you plan, you prep. We've been at points that you think, you know what, even the day of the game, that something might just happen, or there's a rumour something's going to happen. So you try not to let that spill over into the group, to say. And yeah, we just have to prep as good as we can, and we just have to manage the situations. Look, you have to adapt. That's the biggest thing that we've had to learn. We have to adapt for what you just see out on the pitch or where we are in training. Everything that's happened, we can't share too much space indoors, to say. So it's not even the players. It's not to an extent of coming in and being able to get showers and stuff like that. We can't do it anymore. And eating together, it's not something that we can plan and prep for. We have to have the food delivered to training. That's not just us operating like that. I've spoke to teams in the Football League, when I'm speaking to other managers, other people, staff. Everybody's kind of doing the same. So it's just adapting to, not like it's a new norm, but what we're up against at the moment.
And how have the players responded to it, especially after having to come back in after another break?
Yeah, look, it was a bit strange, this one, the second one. It seemed a little bit longer, if I'm honest, than the first one. The first one's all new to us. But then the second one, it was a bit, you're on proper countdown, trying to want to get back in, to say. But I said we balanced it out a little bit different. The players, look, they got on with the programmes that we put in place, all the data, the tracking, the CV runs that they had to do. As I said, there was no one that did not show up on the Zoom calls. They all participated. And look, it is what it is. We just have to deal with it. You have to deal with it. There's no point moaning about it. There's a lot of people worse off than we are.
And on to the match tomorrow. Obviously, Dover had similar difficulties. How important is it going in? It is a new year now. It's a new part of the season. How important is it to get this winning start?
Yeah, look, it's a new year. I mean, we're a couple of weeks into it. Look, what happened over Christmas regarding the Macclesfield games, I pushed through the Stockport game. There was a point I could have got it called off, but I pushed it through because we'd end up going, now after what's happened with the Woking and the Eastleigh game, we'd have been like nearly 6 weeks without a game. We had a couple of players isolating up until the day before the Stockport game. That affected us. We looked rusty, but as I said after the game, I'm not using it as an excuse. It was just not good enough performance, especially in the first half. Now we go into this game, we've had a few days. As I said, we had to taper the week. You look at things a little bit different. You have to be mindful that the players not been here for the 10 days. Not so much kicking the ball. One or two might have gone into little skills in the back garden, etc. Had a feel, but it's a striking muscle, so we had to make sure we had to ease them in throughout the early part of the week, just to make sure we didn't get any DOMs or any little tiny niggles. That's the only thing really, but as I said, we've gradually picked up the pace and the tempo throughout the course of the week, aiming into tomorrow's game.
So raring to go tomorrow after?
Yeah, look, we want to get back to it. As I said, disappointment. Our last game, we need a reaction, and we need to make sure we're at home. We go out there and do our best, get the 3 points, and not so many games on tomorrow, so the league table can look a little bit more healthy, I have to say. But it's that tight. It's that tight. There's going to be ups and downs. There's that many teams up for chasing places. As I said, it's hard to read the league because we're 4 games behind somebody else, we're 1 game in front of somebody else, or the next team above us some have played 5 more than us, to say. So it's all over the show.
Brilliant, thanks.